welcome to Cedar Country. I'm Ray.
I'm RJ.
And after our long hiatus, we're back finally.
No one knows we've been on a hiatus.
Oh.
Hey, we've been on a hiatus. Ray got married if you didn't see our social media. Congrats, Ray. How does it feel to be a married man?
Good, except I have a weird stranger in my apartment now. Or I moved into the apartment. Or something like that.
Oh, I should have told you I was there. I'm sorry.
No, it's...
Your lovely wife, yes?
Yeah, wedding went great.
It was a very fun day. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Other than having to get up at 6 a.m.
6 a.m., yeah. To
wake-up call.
I mean, we had a couple problems with the suit rental, but other than that, everything went pretty well.
I had no problems with the suit rental, but that's just me.
Yeah. If you ever come up to Michigan, we went up to a little place in Newaygo called The Shack. If you ever in Michigan, definitely recommend going to The Shack. It's like a log cabin sort of place. Really, really cool.
Can't really say much. Never been there myself. Anyways, this is a country music podcast, not a wedding podcast. Although maybe we could do that sometime, except I don't know jack about weddings. Anyways, so we didn't really have anything planned because, as Ray said, we've been on a recording-wise a little bit of a hiatus, editing one, mostly because of the wedding. Actually, that's the wedding, and then also I was involved in a play that kind of took up our time. So, but we're back, so that's why no Halloween special kind of deal or anything. Speaking of Halloween special, I guess I can plug it right now. If you enjoyed the tabletop game Dungeons and Dragons, if you also like Westerns, which I feel a country music loving crowd might also like Westerns.
I mean, that's kind of why they're here.
Maybe, I don't know. You don't have to like Westerns to like country music and vice versa, but I think those lines do tend to cross. But on our D&D podcast, Realms and Nerds, we just put up our Halloween special on October 31st, where you can listen to it's a Western meets horror. But anyways, so this is our country music podcast where we talk about all things country music. And today, I guess it's true because we're going to talk about basically whatever jumps to mind. So the only thing I did to kind of get ready for this episode was I literally opened up the Google box and typed in country music and then hit enter. So,
well, that's a good start, I guess. So
let's see what because Google has this thing. Do you know Google's got this thing where when you type in an artist or an album or I don't know about songs, but or a genre, it'll give you a bunch of suggestions of music at the very top. Usually links to YouTube videos. So this, let's see, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. The first 16 results that Google gives for country music, at least of songs. Number 16, Islands in the Stream, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. 15, Blue Ain't Your Color, Keith Urban.
Blue. Yeah, I know that one.
Actually, I think, so far I know all of these. I'll let you know if there's one that comes up that I don't know. 14 is Go Rest High on That Mountain by Vince Gill. Oh, that's a tearjerker. Oh, so is the next one. Number 13, Remember When, Alan Jackson. I love that song. 13, no, that's not 13, that's 12. Number 12, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, Willie Nelson, which, by the way, was originally, at least, I don't know originally, but is also famously recorded prior by Roy Acuff. 11, Rhinestone Cowboy, Glenn Campbell.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Number 10, Jolene, Dolly Parton. 9, Will the Circle Be Unbroken by the Carter Family. 8, It All Comes Out in the Wash, Miranda Lambert. 7, Hello Darlin', Conway Twitty. 6, Need You Now, Lady Antebellum. 5, this is the first one that's come up that I don't know. I can't even tell you what the name of the song is. You probably can, because it's so long that it ends in an ellipsis.
Oh.
Are You Sure Hank Done Something by Waylon Jennings. 1975.
No.
I'm guessing it's called Are You Sure Hank Done It Right, or something like that. I know, I actually have heard I've never listened to the song, but I know I've heard of this song maybe once. Oh, there we go. Oh, cool. It's Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way? Yeah, I have heard of this one. I've never listened to it, but I've heard of it. And that was number 5. Number 4, Amarillo by Morning, George Strait. Number 3, This Is Country Music, Brad Paisley. Also, I have a little fun fact about Brad Paisley. Fun little connection. Number 2, Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys.
That's one of my favorites.
I love that one too. It says Willie Nelson, but I know it's also Waylon Jennings. And then number 1, Tennessee Whiskey, Chris Stapleton. I actually just used that one in one of our little Instagram ads. If you don't follow us on Instagram, we're on there at Cedar Country. No underscore, no hyphen, nothing there. Mainly I just take videos of stuff in Michigan and then set it to instrumental parts of country music. Although there are a couple of other videos there that are sort of like that, but not really, because there's one, I was leaving play rehearsal. Oh, I could talk about, that's something else we could talk about. So I was leaving play rehearsal one night, and I'm going to have to grab my phone and look up the name of the artist that it was. Here we go. Okay. So this is August 30. I was leaving, wow, we haven't recorded since August, because I know this didn't happen till after we stopped. So I was leaving play rehearsal back when we were still rehearsing at the library, and across the street at the Cedar Springs Brewery, there was a live performer playing it in the outside area. He was actually, coincidentally enough, I don't know why I keep seeing this song coming up lately, but he actually was also singing Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that on video. It was a good rendition, though. But then he was like, anybody want any song requests? And unsurprisingly, he started singing Dead or Alive, the Bon Jovi song.
Oh, heck yeah.
But more of a country flair on it. His name is Kevin Schaefer. So he was pretty good. I imagine kind of a local artist. And then the other video on there that isn't like an instrumental thing is, Ray, I don't even know if you know this, but I have a video of, I mean, you're in the video, but I'm not because I was filming it. It's when it was back on 4th of July when you and I were walking around downtown Sand Lake.
Yeah.
When we were passing by, and here we go again, the live band there, they were playing Tennessee Whiskey. And so I have a recording of you and I walking by, starting to come up on them while they were playing Tennessee Whiskey, because they also did a pretty good rendition. It is a good song. And I guess before I leave the Instagram thing, so I know that you don't really have an Instagram yourself, so.
No, I don't get on the gram. I'm barely active on any of my social media, so.
Yes, I know.
Social media really isn't for me.
Which is probably why I run our social media. But I've sent you some of these videos. The most recent one I posted was actually like I did it. I made sure to get it made before your wedding day so I could post it on social media about congratulating you getting married. It's it's that slow-mo video I took of you at Wapasis while we were fishing when you were casting out, and it's to Nitty Gritty Dirt Bands Fishing in the Dark. But so that's what most of these are, is videos, usually slow-mo for whatever reason, because that always looks cool. Although there was one that's a speed up of me driving back into town with what is it, This Is How We Roll? Yeah, Florida Georgia Line, Luke Bryan's This Is How We Roll. But that's what it's mostly videos with instrumental parts of country songs. And I went back, and going forward, I've been tagging the artists in them, so that way, like giving them credit for their work, because it's their work and I'm just using it in set to a video. And I mean, like, it's whatever. I'm just trying to be nice. But something happened I did not expect. One of the videos I posted it was back on June 2nd. It was a video I took while I was up in Escanaba of the lakeshore up there.
Escanaba in the moonlight?
I've got to see that movie. I've heard it's really funny. But it's just that. And I set it to a song. And, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I want to tell you this. So it's a little video that I set to, the first few bars, I think the first 2-3 bars of Margaritaville. Nibble on sponge cake. Watching the song that one, that Margaritaville. And, a certain James Buffett liked the post.
What?
Yeah, or at least whoever runs his Instagram account.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Jimmy Buffett liked the post.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was like, what? Then I had another piece of news that was kind of cool for us, but I didn't remember what it was. That was how long ago it was. And this one I remembered because it was that. So apparently, one of my favorite country artists is Brad Paisley. I went to this concert like last year, 2 years ago. No, it had been last year. Actually, pretty sure it was like April 4th. They had the date on the screen because last time for everything today. Anyways, big Brad Paisley fan. I actually have every single one of his albums on CD. He went to college with the head of my department.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, like, Paul actually, he's like, because I had my Brad Paisley shirt on in class on, like, Monday or something, wherever, and he told us about, and he's mentioned it before that he's worked with Brad, which I thought was pretty neat. But then I found out, like, so there's a video somewhere of my professor getting on stage with Brad Paisley at a concert and playing guitar with him because they're school buddies from college. It was part of one of his lecture on networking, like, make sure, like, to, meet people, get to know people, care about them, and, because you never know, like, what connections that'll make in the future, or, like, where they'll end up, where you'll end up, things like that. So, like, they both went to college. I don't remember what the college was that they both went to, but they went there together, and yahoo. So that's really neat. I was like, wow, so I know somebody who personally knows Brad Paisley. That's pretty cool. I don't know. The older I get, the less, like, starstruck I get. Like, I went to a concert, it was a punk artist that I saw, and I got to meet him and actually ate dinner beforehand with him with a bunch of other people, and it was pretty cool. Really nice guy. But that was probably the most starstruck I've ever been. I don't know. We were talking about, we actually had a speaker, this is getting off topic, we had a speaker come in today, and he was talking about having, somebody else, this girl in my program was in, like, this girl group, like a vocal group, and got to go to, somewhere in California and be on the X Factor and, talk to Simon Cowell and all that. And he's like, yeah, and he's talking about that, and I'm like, you know what? And they're talking about they seen Tori Kelly there and Demi Lovato and all that, and I was like, I don't know if I'd get starstruck anymore. Like, if I met those people, I'd just be like, it's people. I don't know.
I mean, I was starstruck from the nosebleeds when I went to go see Elton John, so I don't have much to say.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess maybe, but, let's kick it over, we'll click the news. I don't know, I definitely started November 1st listening to Christmas music.
I'm going to leave now. I'm done here.
But,
you're one of those people?
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Ugh.
But it's okay.
Ugh.
It's okay.
Why are we friends?
I don't know. Listen, it's okay. We'll save talking about Christmas country till, like, a Christmas special thing. Alright, there was that's right. Randy Travis had a concert recently.
Okay.
Randy Travis suffered a stroke in 2013 and can hardly talk or sing. He didn't actually perform. He was there, but he wasn't performing. There was, I'd have to look it up.
I think we talked about this before, honestly.
I don't know if we talked about, because this concert I just learned about. This concert happened last month. Sorry, we're only 7 days into November. I'm still thinking it's October. It happened back in September.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, I think you actually did. Maybe I'm...
I don't know, maybe we have. Who cares? We could still talk about it for a quick second. Basically, it was Randy's band played, and there was a vocalist that was on one of those TV shows. I don't know which one.
One of them TV programs?
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. Oh, James Dupree is like an up-and-coming star. He sang in place of Randy for those. He sang all his number one hits. So, interesting. Apparently he canceled a lot of the tour dates, though. So, here we go. Here's Google's top results in country news. So, the Women of Country Music opening CMA Awards with historic performance. Some of the most iconic female singers in country music will unite for a historic, not-to-be-missed opening performance of the 2019 CMAs. Interesting. So, it looks like, I'm looking at a little picture here. I can see it looks like Carrie Underwood, Reba McEntire, Dolly Parton, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. Terry Clark. Is that Martina McBride, I think? And then Casey Musgraves? I don't know. I can't tell. So I guess this year's CMAs is opening with the Women of Country Music thing, which I think is actually very important right now in the country music climate, because I don't know. I haven't really had the radio. I do actually more often than I had probably this time last year, now that you and I got my car radio installed.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah, in another podcast. But I have, because especially when I'm driving to work, I don't want to have to like try and throw a song on, mostly because I'm running last minute to get to work. So I'll swap it over to the radio, even though the signal doesn't come in very well for some reason. But apparently, like, women don't get a lot of, like, compared to, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago, especially like 90s early odds, female artists don't get nearly as much airplay or spots on the charts as they used to in country music, which is weird. It's weird. Like, that's something I think I would expect. I would be less surprised to hear that there are more women on the country music charts than there were 20 years ago, but it's the opposite way, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is about radio airplay that has it that way, because there are a lot of great current and up-and-coming and, long-time country music female artists.
Yeah. Like,
Shania Twain had a comeback. Reba's still got some great music come out. Dolly's still, like... She had like a strings version of Jolene in that Dumpling movie a couple years ago. Then you got, like Casey Musgraves, Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood. You got Aubrey Sellers. You got all these people. And like, I don't know. It's weird. So I think it's really cool that they're doing an all, like, I know a lot of things nowadays get that kind of, especially from guys, particularly like in the movie industry, like, e.g. the Ghostbusters 2016. All-female cast thing.
You mean like the PC overhaul?
Yeah, like basically making everything woman-led version of this. Things like that. All-female this. Like, yeah, there are some things where I agree. Like, Ghostbusters specifically was kind of like a weird... It felt kind of forced. But this is something I can get behind 100%. Like, that's really cool that they're doing that. It's such a great tribute to the women of country music. Speaking of, there's New York Times has an article, Luke Combs and Miranda Lambert both bound by country's gendered rule book. Huh. Which kind of looks like it talks about a lot of the stuff we just kind of hinted at. Because here at the beginning of the article says, new albums by the country superstars show how Nashville prioritizes men at the expense of female creativity or any creativity at all.
Where did you get that from?
New York Times. I'm just, okay, that's something we're gonna have to talk about. I will get to that in a second. Okay. For Luke Combs, 90s country reigns. I mean, 90s country is great. I agree. List of female country songs, music entertainer of the year since 67. Alan Jackson tour, stopping in Salt Lake, which isn't even near us. Did you see there was a PBS special that came on since last time we talked about country music? Have you seen anything about it? I didn't see the special, but I've seen merchandise or like the video, and I've seen the soundtrack for it. No? Huh. Okay, yeah. That's something that I'll probably look into at some point. Also, since last time we met, did you hear that Busby passed away? He was a prominent songwriter in Nashville, wrote a lot of country hits.
I have no idea who that is.
That's alright.
I suck at this.
No, that's alright. I tend to have to keep that's kind of what my program is about, is like keeping a pulse on the music industry. And for me, it's mostly the country music industry. All right, now here's something I did not expect to find from Rolling Stone a day ago. I'm gonna have to tweak this so I can save the okay, let's So there's a song called Second One to Know. I don't know if it's by Chris Stapleton or if he's just in the song or what. But this video is in Lego.
That's kind of interesting.
Like it's CGI, but they're made to look like
stop motion.
I'm actually gonna click on this link.
Is it like stop motion?
No, this is a CGI thing. It looks like it's actually made by like the Lego companies, whoever makes their CGI video stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. This is something I'm interested in because I've been a long-time fan of Lego. I'd still probably say I'm kind of an AFOL, which is, for those who don't know, an adult fan of Lego. Wait, what? This might be why. I think I know. I think I know what's going on. Now that I see the sub-headline, I think I have an idea. Chris Stapleton fighting ninjas while buddy Chris Pratt cheers him on. I get a feeling this might have been done by the people who are making... There's like this Lego Jurassic Park or Jurassic World TV show on Nickelodeon now, and it kind of looks like the same. Yeah, this is definitely... It's official Lego, because there's the Lego trademark stuff there, Mom. Chris Stapleton is rendered as a Lego minifigure in the new... Why did they hyphenate minifigure? Whatever. In the new video for Second One to Know, a colorful eye-popping montage that finds a Kentucky country singer doing battle with ninjas and ultimately slaying a dragon with a literally fiery guitar solo. Stapleton's wife, Morgan, and members of his family are also animated as Lego people, along with Stapleton's band, including producer Dave Cobb. There's also a cameo by Stapleton's superfan and friend Chris Pratt, who lent his voice to both the Lego Movie in 2014 and its 2019 sequel. Stapleton teamed up with the Lego Group and Pure Imagination Studios producer and director David Coleman, like Stapleton, a native of Paintsville, Kentucky, to make the video, which, according to a press release, took, quote, thousands of hours to work, unquote, to create. The results are dazzling and pay close attention to detail. Everything from Stapleton's feathered hat band to bass player J.T. Keir's glasses are painstakingly recreated. Second One to Know originally appeared on Stapleton's 2017 album From A Room Volume 1. Okay. The song has been performing some new songs in concert of late, including Starting Over and a collaboration with Brothers Osborne titled Get Down to Arkansas. In August, he made a surprise appearance at John Mayer's Nashville concert to premiere their song I Just Remembered That I Didn't Care. Interesting. That's something I'm going to have to check out, is that music video.
Totally, dude.
Hey everybody, this is RJ,
Ash,
Ray,
Brandon, Harrison, and Bronson.
We host a Dungeons & Dragons podcast called Realms and Nerds. Some highlights of our show include wreaking havoc in every town we visit,
Blowing up hot tubs,
killing off fan favorite characters,
High necromancers,
inappropriate wedding etiquette, and every now and then, actually good storytelling.
Join us in the realms of Pridea for fun fantasy adventures. You can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or just about wherever you get podcasts. So what's been going on with Ray in the world of country music? Anything good you've been listening to? Anything news you heard or anything? You've been pretty quiet so far. You're 50% of the podcast, bud.
I know I am, but I'm mostly a reacting kind of guy. Like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, it's gonna go. Oh. I feel like this is a 75-25 split, actually. Let's see.
I don't know, anything you suggest I should check out, get back to you on, tell you what I think of it. Stuff like that.
No, I've actually been, like, super busy getting things together. I haven't really had much time to even sit down and think about our podcast, which is kind of bad to think about, but...
So
promise I'll be more prepared next time.
No, you're fine. But there's nothing, you haven't been, like, listening to anything?
I started revisiting a lot of, like, the 90s stuff.
Tell me about that.
And
I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, well, I told you that I grew up listening to, like, Alan Jackson and whatnot with my pop and
oh yeah,
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And 90s country is so nostalgic.
Oh, for sure.
Remember the Watermelon Crawl?
Watermelon Crawl.
Yeah, it's still stuck in my head. That's been stuck in my head for a while.
Who's it by?
I think it's Alan Jackson.
Watermelon Crawl. I've not heard of that one. I'm gonna have to hold on. Let me write that. I'll listen to it and I'll let you know what I think. Tell you if I've heard it, and it's just like one of the songs that, like, once I hear it, I'll be like, I've heard this, but not in many a year. The watermelon song crawl?
Yeah, the watermelon crawl.
Alright, Cedar Country notes.
I can't remember because I know that we played a couple, like one of our wedding songs.
I was gonna say, let's talk about, because there was definitely country music on your right. Oh my god. Oh, Ash. Unsurprisingly, Ash.
Oh my gosh, you and Ash.
Ashu isn't even like a big country music fan. He's very few and far between songs and artists he'll listen to. Copperhead Road.
I didn't even know the Copperhead Road had a dance to it. You guys, what
is it called? It's not a square dance, is it?
It's a line dance.
Line dance, yeah. It's a line dance that his older brother learned while he was stationed in North Dakota. Learned it at like one of the bars or whatever. And then he taught it to the family at one of the weddings, because there were a ton of family weddings in a span of like 5 years. So the whole family like would go and do these line dancings, but that was like 5 years ago, and so Ash was like, "Hey, Copperhead Road." I was like, "Oh no, it's been 5 years, Ash. I don't remember." But now I do. It was like, it was like one right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right in right, left in left, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. And then I don't know what it's called, but it's the thing where you go with your, like, step your toes, forward 2, 3, 4, forward 2, 4, and you do, like, the turn. So, yeah, it's pretty simple, and then, like, you get to the thing where it's, instead of the, like, that at the beginning, then it just, at the end, it just, like, kicks up, it's just kicking, and my abdomen, and my right knee was shot from that.
Kicking! I want to do some kicking!
But, no,
What was the song that... Oh, I remember that Broken Road by...
I was going to say, there was a Rascal Flatts, I was thinking My Wish, because that's another popular wedding Rascal Flatts song.
Yeah,
but...
that's the one I...
Oh, wait, no, that was played. Both of them were.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, which one was which?
My Wish was the one I danced with my mother-in-law.
Yeah, that was lovely. I loved that.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I Loved Her First was the one that my wife and her father, I can't remember who it's by, but I know it is in the country genre.
Yeah.
And I danced, like, my wife and I's first dance was Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. A lot of Rascal Flatts played.
There was like two. And then it was an instrumental of it. And then who was the DJ at the wedding, by the way? Do you know? Do you happen to know his name?
I have no idea, but I know it's...
neither.
I know it's a cousin of one of Sam's bridesmaids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like...
See, at our weddings, we usually have one of my cousins do it. Like, one of my mom's cousins. But it's also my cousin. But.
Oh, yeah. That bridesmaid's dad, his name's KJ.
Oh, he killed it on Remember When.
He plays, like, whenever there's a family gathering, and I miss going over there. My wife's brother and this chick used to date, so we'd go over there for parties and whatnot. He'd drag out the guitar. He knows how to pick a six string, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no. That was actually really cool, because I think I got a video of, it was you and your wife, and then from our other podcast, Bronson and his girlfriend, and then Harrison and his wife, and also one of my younger sisters, and my soon-to-be brother-in-law, mutual friends of yours as well. All four of you slow dancing, and it was like I was able by the end of the video to get all four of you in frame while he was singing Remember When. Which I love that song, by the way. Alan Jackson. I love that song too. So beautiful.
Makes me cry.
I know, and we're not even like 30 plus, so it hasn't happened for us yet.
Well, I mean, soon. It's getting close for me, and then there's me. After a couple of years, I'm gonna be having some kids, probably.
Yeah, and then there's me.
They're gonna know their Uncle RJ.
Yeah. Why is he so sad and lonely, Daddy? Shh, don't ask.
We don't ever ask RJ that. We don't ever ask RJ that.
I had a chance back in 2011, but it's gone.
Just a step in.
We really gotta do better at researching stuff for our show, because we're bad at it.
Hey, next week I promise that I'll have some stuff ready for you. Okay?
All right.
I got all the time in the freaking world now.
So have you seen the photo that I posted recently? I put it like on my story, and then I also put it on like Twitter. I was reorganizing my CD collection.
Oh yeah, like the whole.
I was like, but you can't guess which one is country because I had them organized by like their genre. Because it was like soundtracks. There was like classic rock and hard rock were together. There was like pop, which was probably the shortest one. Then there was like punk rock, which had a pretty decent stack, and rap, which was also kind of short. Rap, hip hop. But then country music was like so many country CDs, so many.
Well, I would hope so, seeing as we're doing a country music podcast.
Yeah. I would hope so, too. Seeing as that's the only one I know how. So, I don't know. It's not exactly country music related, but I would like to let people know that yesterday or today on Bandcamp, I think it was, and then coming soon to other platforms, a local artist, local band called Rendered Worthless just put out their first album. I can't remember the name of the album offhand, but they're pretty good. I've listened to a couple of their tracks. I kind of know one of the guys in the band. I used to know one of the guys in the band, but then he left for his job at Sweetwater. And then the guy that produced their album is in my program up at school, and actually they recorded and he produced it all there at the school's recording studio.
From what I've heard too, it's some. I mean, if you like,
pretty good.
If you like punkish rock, it's
like that.
Good thing.
It's like, it's what you'd expect from a local rock band in 2000, in the mid to late 2010s. That kind of sound. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and then there's another artist. I don't know how country-ish he is or in that kind of vein, but another kind of local artist that we both went to high school with, Jesse Ray and the Carolina Catfish.
Jesse Ray is so good.
He's
like
good.
Bluegrass, sort of country, sort of. Well, obviously,
it's like bluesy rock.
If you like that sort of thing, obviously it's around in the same vein as country.
If it wasn't, I wouldn't be talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, that boy was made for that. I think he's been in a band since middle school.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Apparently, it's been a while since I added country music to my iTunes. Because that's metal. That's my music for Realms and Nerds. There's some rap, some electronic rock, some pop rock. Oh, there we go. Chris Young, AM, Midland. Ooh, I still gotta listen through them. I picked up both of Midland's albums. I'm really excited to listen to them. I really like their sounds so far that I've heard. And I've only heard some of their singles, Burnout, Make a Little, Drinking Problem, and their cover of Eastbound and Down. Which, by the way, that we have there's the annual Memorial Weekend trip up north, rent a cabin for the weekend.
Yeah, I'd never gone with you, but
I know. We'd love for you guys to go. But so far, other than the first year, Ash and I have rode together. We've made it kind of a tradition that when we're starting the trip, like getting onto the freeway, we turn on Jerry's Eastbound and Down. We start the trip off with Eastbound and Down while going northbound. I'm sorry. I think that's fond. I'm fond of it. That's actually where a lot of our, the videos on our Instagram, which I'll plug again, at Cedar Country, no underscore, no hyphen, nothing like that. Just Cedar Country. Most of our videos, actually, so far that I've posted have come from that trip. Like, there's the one of, like some cornfields or whatever. And you can look, I've tagged the locations. So anytime it says like Escanaba or Iron Mountain, Marquette, there was, what's the one I'm trying to think of? I don't remember where the other one was, but anyways, obviously we're not really coming up with anything to talk about. We hit 45 minutes, which is actually cut it down. That'll be I think I could get about a half hour because it's not nearly as much cutting as Realms and Nerds.
Yeah, well, we're just talking. It's not like we're making any, like, stupid, weird noises.
So the 50% of what we record rule doesn't really apply, at least as far as I know. I don't know. I've only edited one episode. So, and then also with my sister now being home with her dogs running around.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. This has been episode 7 of Cedar Country. We've only recorded 7 of these, and we started in, what, May?
Yeah. Well,
Is when we started recording.
Well, we've been busy for the last little while with
For sure.
all of our stuff, so.
Yep, May, because there it is. May 16 was when we recorded our 2nd episode. So, yeah. Thanks for listening. Sorry we didn't have anything really prepared and just kind of winged it, which we, if you've listened to that one episode we did before where we also kind of winged it, you know we're not the best at winging it when we're not prepared. Yeah, so we'll try to be better prepared, but I won't make any promises because I know we're going to end up with more filler type episodes like this. But thanks for listening anyway. We love you guys very much. If you'd like to follow us on social media, the podcast, you can follow it, as I mentioned several times. It's on Instagram at Cedar Country. Just all one word, no underscore anything. If you want to follow us on Twitter, keep up with information for the podcast and things like that. That one does have an underscore between Cedar and Country, so it's Cedar underscore Country, because somebody else was mean and took Cedar Country without the hyphen, but isn't even active on that account. So whatever. It's life. If you'd like to follow us on social media individually, my handle on Twitter is the RJ Moore, whatever, however, THERJMOORE. And then Ray is
Hunter Subclass
over on Twitter. Yep.
And if I start getting more followers, maybe I'll start doing stuff on there. Right now I have like 3.
I gave you a Follow Friday shout out on a Follow Friday like last week over on Realms and Nerds.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
nobody.
No, yeah. Follow Friday isn't really. It's really hit or miss. Usually miss. But speaking of our D&D podcast, if you're interested in the Dungeons and Dragons game, like listening to a fun story about that, we do a podcast with a few other friends called Realms and Nerds. And is an ampersand, and you can find us on Twitter, where you can find the information at Realms Nerds. We're also at Realms Nerds on Instagram for that. That one, unlike this show, is not family friendly. There's cussing and stuff like that. So if you're a young kid or you have young kids, that show is not for them. Unless you want it to be for them. I'm not your child's parent. I can't tell them what to do. So until next time, I've been RJ.
And I've been Ray, I guess?
And I hope that will continue to be that way. Now, we are going to, what is it, Ray?
We're going to ride off into the sunset. Into the sunset. Can I get a yee yee? Yee yee?
Ha ha. We're going to ride off onto the sunset.
I don't think you can do that. I think that might burn you.
Listen, I'll do it.